Hello, my name is Amanda Jarrett. I was your judge for this debate. First, I'd like to congratulate both of you on reaching the final round in this tournament. It's a great honor, and I think it's well deserved in both cases because you are excellent debaters, and this was a really enjoyable round for me to watch. So, thank you very much for sharing your well researched, well reasoned positions on this controversial and interesting topic. I end up voting for the opposition. And I'm actually really surprised that that's what ends up happening in this debate because for most of it, I was certain that I was going to end up voting for the proposition. And let's talk a little bit about why. So, Wade, I think what happens for me in this debate is you set up this moral framework argument in your first speech. And I love this argument. I think it's like the definite winner in this round. And you even extend it into your rebuttal. Um, and it just disappears by your closing. And I kind of thought that was going to be like your whole 2 minutes. Like, the fact that Anthony never addressed your moral framework and just proposed a counterplan that would not have solved back for those like bigger picture harms to the common good that you isolate as being the most significant in the round. And if you had, I think, just gotten up in your last speech and been like, he drops my framework arguments, it doesn't really matter whether he's making the system a little better or something because there's this like bigger picture prior question that he never even takes up. I think I would have voted for you right then and there. Anthony, I think you have a very good counterplan in the world in which we don't have this moral framework argument, which is why I think dropping that argument is like so devastating in this round because the counterplan seems to solve back the harms. I think Anthony is ahead of you on the line by line on some of that stuff, suggesting that you're positing that there's only companies and people and overlooking all of these other research institutions that aren't stymied by these patents. And I think by proving that, it seems to solve back some of the residual harms and like the terminal impacts of the proposition's case. And at that point, I don't see why I prefer the proposition because it doesn't seem like there are going to be these catastrophic economic consequences because I assume that there are all these other actors that aren't adversely affected by patents, so we can just reform the system to solve back whatever residual harms exist as in the private sector, the way that the proposition sets them forth. So this kind of ends up being how I decide the debate. I think that in a world in which I'm considering like consequentialist type impacts and like a utilitarian decision calculus, which I didn't think I was going to. I thought I was going to like think about whether this is right for society in a more like broadly ethical way. At the point where we're looking at it as a sort of cost and benefits game, I end up voting for the opposition. But I thank you both. Very organized speeches, easy to follow, interesting, and again, congratulations and best of luck with all of your future debating. Thanks very much. Take care.